In a world where power games are played with unparalleled wealth, one nation's name repeatedly echoes through the echelons of the international sports, and that is Saudi Arabia. Holding an estimated net worth of 1.4 trillion, the Saudi royal family's wealth makes them a formidable force on the global stage. From football to golf, F1 to boxing, the Saudi royal family's financial tentacles reach far and wide. This is not merely an investment, this is a strategic takeover. A game where the currency is not just money, but power. They have already bought European footballing titans under their banner, and now they are changing the game's very geography with the law of wealth beyond imagination. What does this signify for the game we know and love? What will the infusion of this colossal wealth alter in its landscape? Cristiano Ronaldo was mocked when he mentioned that the Saudi League was the 5th top league in the world. And that soon could be a reality. But at what cost? We all laughed when Cristiano Ronaldo went to Saudi Arabia around Christmas time. And since then, they've been hoovering up talent all over the place. It started small with the likes of Odion Igalo, and it's getting bigger with the captures of Karim Benzema. And then you've seen the likes of Kante join. And now there's a massive transfer fee, 47 million for Reuben Neves, a player that's in his prime and not towards the end of his career. This has ignited debates. Has the law of affluence supplanted the footballer's dream? Is the football pitch being turned into a retirement paradise for the big names? Modric has just rejected 200 million a season to go and play in Saudi Arabia. We've seen big money come into leagues in the past. We've never seen this level of wealth, this level of just hoovering up the talent. But there might be a twist in this tale. And there's a bit of a chilling conspiracy theory spooling up. The Saudi PIF, the Public Investment Fund, owns majority stakes in various Saudi clubs as well as the league, and has invested into Chelsea's majority owner in Clearlake Capital. Could this intricate web of investments be all one carefully orchestrated ploy? Is Saudi rescuing Chelsea from potential FFP issues? We all laughed at Todd Boehly when he spent money like it was never going to run out over the last couple of windows. We all speculated that Chelsea were going to have this enormous fire sale to comply with regulations. And then we fast forward to the transfer window, and every single player that's been at Chelsea more than 12 months is seemingly being linked with a paid transfer move to Saudi Arabia. Now, is that a coincidence? Or is that a carefully calculated game of chess? And this isn't new. Saudi's involvement in sport goes back decades, but the intensity and the scale have escalated dramatically. Signings like Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema are changing the face of the Saudi league. But what drives this relentless pursuit? And the answer is twofold. I think there is a strategic push to reshape the global perception and a bid to pivot away from oil dependency. And that's not just in Saudi Arabia. I think that's across the Gulf. Now, Saudi's desire to redraw their global image is a battle against the shadows. It is a desperate struggle to erase the images of human rights violations, of executions, of unsolved killings, of alleged journalism executions, and to replace them with scenes of triumphant joy and sporting success and glory. But this isn't just image building, it is survival. The nation's Vision 2030 aims to thrive in a post-oil world, using sports not just as a diversification tool, but as a distraction, as has always been done. It's the reason Las Vegas exists. Hosting grand sporting events, fostering local talent, attracting global superstars, these are the building blocks of the new diversified economy. And it's how they hope to transition from a fossil fuel past to a sports-fueled future. With a prime geographical location, allowing East to meet West, The immense oil reserves can be used as a platform from which to push into sports in a way never before seen. Saudi Arabia is poised for a dramatic ascent to international global power, and the new order will invariably impact football. The acquisition of Newcastle, the hierarchy of clubs within the Premier League is changing. The European leagues, once the epitome of football excellence, are seeing a decline in quality at a time that Saudi Arabia is offering wealth that even the Premier League can't mess with. And this is just the beginning. The Gulf states are vying for local dominance. There is internal rivalry between Qatar and Bahrain and Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia. And all of those oil-reliant countries are looking to diversify and are looking, in a big way, to sport every single one of them. The amount of Grand Prix in the region for the size of the countries is interesting. The amount of top-level football clubs owned and operated from this region is becoming hard to ignore. Qatar's bid, successfully, for the World Cup was an eye-opener, as was the allegations, some proven, some not, of all of the workers' rights issues surrounding the bid for Qatar. What will come of all of those facilities? We will see soon. Saudi Arabia is doing the same thing, aiming to bid for a World Cup. This isn't going to change. They're using sports as their battleground instead of the actual wars that might have been fought in the past. And this isn't a game for the faint-hearted. In this arena, money talks, power rules, influence is the ultimate prize. The newfound partnership between the PGA Tour and Live Golf, I think that's a perfect testament to how this Game of Thrones is going to work, where yesterday's adversaries become today's allies. And in the end, in the game of power and influence, money doesn't talk, it roars. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.